Hi, this is Don McAllister and welcome to another weekly tip video. Well, this week I'm going to demonstrate how to create a secure disk image on your Mac. Now, although your Mac can be secured by the use of strong passwords or even File Vault, you may want to add a second layer of security for specific documents. You may, for instance, want the convenience of offline storage, but feel uneasy uploading sensitive information into iCloud or Dropbox. Now, with macOS, it's possible to create a secure disk image with 128-bit or 256-bit encryption protected by a strong password. And the disk image can be used to store any sensitive files or information. So let's go ahead and create our disk image. Now, to do that, we need to go into Disk Utility. So let me just go ahead, fire up Disk Utility, and within Disk Utility, we need to create our new image. So if I say File, New Image, and I'm going to say blank image. We'll give it a name. Let's say we wanted to put our tax documents into this secure disk image. So if I call this tax documents, now you can create the disk image anywhere. I'm going to put it in my documents folder, which is currently being synced with iCloud. I could put it on a Dropbox folder if I wanted to. I could just put it on another drive or another folder on my Mac and keep it on my Mac. But really the reason for doing this is to create this password protected area where you can store documents. Let's give it a name. I'll call it the same. The size 100 megabytes. You can change the size later if you want. I'm going to leave it 100 megabytes. What we're going to do though is create a sparse image. So although we create it with a maximum size of 100 megabytes, when we first create it, it won't be that size. It'll expand up to a maximum of 100 megabytes. But we'll take a look at that shortly. The format, well, I'm always going to use it on my Mac, so it's going to be macOS Extended, brackets journaled. If you're going to use this on a Windows machine, you might want to change it to MS-DOS FAT or exFAT, but I'm going to leave it as macOS Extended journaled. We've got APFS as well, if you're going to use it just on High Sierra machines, but macOS Extended is the most compatible, so it will work on any Mac. While we're talking about this, it won't work on iOS, so although this is going to go into iCloud, and you will see the disk image within iOS, you won't be able to open it. So just bear that in mind as well. This is a Mac only tip. Now, encryption, 128-bit AES recommended, or if you want it to be really secure, 256-bit. Let's go ahead with 256-bit. We need to give it a password. So I'm going to go ahead. You can use this here to suggest a password, but I'm going to go ahead and just give it my own personal password. And we'll say choose. Partitions, just a single partition, which is fine. You can create a CD, so it'll create a CD image, but single partition is fine. And then the image format, right? This is where we select the sparse bundle or the sparse disk image. Now, the only difference between these three images is this one here will actually create a disk image of 100 megabytes. These are expanding disk images. The bundle just means it's made out of lots and lots of smaller files, whereas the sparse disk image is just one single file. I'm going to go ahead with sparse bundle disk image. And once we've done that, we can say save. It's creating my sparse bundle. We'll say done. So if I pop this down out of the way, right, it's in my documents folder. If I scroll down, right, there is my tax documents.sparse bundle. And if I look at the size of this, it's just 18 megabytes. So it will expand up to a maximum of 100 megabytes, but currently 18 megabytes. Let's go ahead and put something into it. So if I open up the secure image file, I get prompted for my password. I can remember the password in my keychain. You probably don't want to do that because we're adding this extra layer of security in, so I'm not going to check that box. We'll say OK. And then under devices in the sidebar, there we go. There is my tax documents disk image mounted in the sidebar. So let's see, I'll just pop this test file here to Keynote file, these two test files, drag those over to my tax documents folder, drop them in. Okay, I've got 98.5 megabytes available. That's within my 100 megabytes of my file. So I can close this down so I can eject it. Let me open up a new Finder window again. Look at the size. Let's do a quick get info. So it's still only 18 megabytes, so they must have been relatively small files in there. Let me just open this back up to see. Scroll down. There it is with my 2 documents in. Yeah, so that was only 350k, and this one was only, well, it's a tiny file. So that's why it's not changed considerably. But anyway, now I've got this secure area that I can store all my tax documents in, and once I eject that from the sidebar, it's fully secured. No one can get into it without knowing the password. 256-bit encryption, so perfectly safe. So I could, as I say, allow this to be uploaded to iCloud and synchronize between my other Macs, and it should be perfectly safe while it's in iCloud. So that's how you create a secure disk image file on your Mac. But again, bear in mind, it can only be opened on your Mac, not iOS. And also, you must remember the password. Because of the strong encryption, if you forget the password, basically you'll be locked out and you won't have access to any of the files that you've securely stored in there. If you want to learn more about using your Apple devices, there are over 700 full video tutorials available to Screencast Online members, covering all aspects of the Mac, iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, and even the Apple TV. Now, all full members receive a new Apple-related video tutorial each and every week, as well as a free subscription to the ScreenCastsOnline monthly magazine, packed with videos and articles on getting the most out of your Apple devices. Now, you can get your free 14-day trial membership over at ScreenCastsOnline.com, or check out some of the free content over on the SCO Showcase app on the iPad, iPhone, and Apple TV. That's it for this week. I'll be back next week with another tip, so I'll speak to you then.